behind you.
A
Is
what?
that what they're called? A Malfi.
That is
Yeah.
a Malfi.
A mouse?
Oh, those are cool.
Alfie.
Friends
So-
with you.
Okay, I'm
In the room right outside of this is our living room, and that used to be our warehouse.
I remember.
It
I
had
remember.
no furniture, and
Alright,
it was full of stuff.
hey everyone, we're live.
We're live. Oh,
Woo!
Oh, uh-oh.
oh,
Don't say anything that you don't want nobody to
oh,
hear.
sorry. Hi,
Don't
everybody.
want nobody to hear. Hey, what's up? Oh, hey.
So
Luke is back.
I'm back. Yeah, that was a nice little vacation from paradise.
Oh shoot, Luke.
Mhm.
I just don't always do that.
Something to put on your wall.
Oh, I took my painting down in order for it to not disturb the illusion that I was creating of, me being in San Francisco or in
In the grass.
grass.
In
Or
grass.
floating
He's like a little bug. He's like this big.
I think people like seeing. This is what I don't understand. So it's like you and Scott have this. Like you look at your background and it's completely white and barren and like nothing going on. Like
Oh, there's usually you can see the nail. There's usually a painting right there, hanging there. I took it down just so I could be able to, take advantage of Zoom settings.
So you
I
see,
got
like the one guy with the true talent, right? He doesn't need to like have anything around him. Dumbasses
Is that how
like
it works?
to like surround ourselves with stuff to like, make up for the our insecurities of
our I think you meant lack of talent.
lack of talent. Yes,
Hmm.
that was a compliment, Luke.
Mm.
Fuck you.
Talent manifests in many different ways, and so I don't. I have a room. Unfortunately, I'm talking to you from my laptop, and yes, I could carry my laptop, but I kind of quarantine all that like crap in like a specific room in my apartment. And then I'll just go in there and I'll do a Richie Rich kind of or Scrooge McDuck dive into the room and spit toys and garbage and everything like that.
Oh, I want to see that. Oh, hey.
Well, hey, since the show is going on, maybe we should like do an official intro and all that so we can get into it. We do have some people watching. Wazzy Toys says hi, or Wazy Toys. I don't know. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Hey everyone, welcome to another live edition of Toy Geeks Behind the Desks, or desks, or garages, or whatever you want to call it. We are joined live with our very special guest, Luke Chueh, everyone. Yay.
Hey guys, yay!
I was a special guest.
You're a regular, Dove. You're like, well, I mean, you're always a special guest when there's usually like conventions coming up.
I see.
But you're more of a regular to us now. So
It's supposed to make me feel better.
Yes, exactly. Does it make you feel better?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Give me a few days.
We may have some more people joining us later. We'll see.
You're such a tease, Ben.
Well, you never know. I mean, people hop on, hop off, all that good stuff.
That's true.
We've got it looks like we've got like 7 people watching us now. The live chat is open. So if you guys have some questions or comments that you want to make while we're doing this, then great. And if you're not watching this live, then leave some comments and hopefully we'll answer your questions on the next episode.
It's like, who does your hair?
Yeah, nobody right now.
That's a Cheech and Chong joke for all you youngins.
Youngins.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing, guys?
About
I'm
the
great.
same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm psychologically great, but I'm also psychologically nervous.
About what?
It's just like shows have fallen through, conventions have obviously canceled. A lot of different financial opportunities are just going.
So you've actually had book shows that have fallen through?
Book shows?
Yeah. No,
No.
you've booked
Gallery
a show
shows?
and then someone has called you and canceled it?
Yeah, I had a solo in Manila that was supposed to be in June, and it's not canceled, but like it's June, like it's a little too close for comfort. And from what I understand, things are falling apart in Manila right now, anyways.
I mean,
So
I don't see American galleries doing that. I see them just putting everything online and having online opening.
Yeah.
right, and that just doesn't. That's not really. I mean, I don't know. Like I've been talking to some galleries, and like it's not really like
It's not the same thing, but the question is, can they sell enough paintings for you to survive? That's
no,
all.
they can't.
They can't.
They can't. That's just the nuts and bolts of it. It's great that they're trying to like keep on doing things, like business as usual, but like interest in artwork is severely down, and yeah, it's it makes sense, that like the that the first thing that would go would be like luxury items like artwork.
All right. So I have a show idea for you.
Hmm.
And so, I always say that like opinions at DKE are always free. You don't owe me anything for this one, but toilet paper.
Toilet paper show?
Luke Chu toilet paper show.
Like a theme show?
Yes, toilet paper themed show.
Hmm.
It's not about like, inner demons, not about like drug abuse. It's not about like, inner angst. It's just about toilet paper.
Just toilet paper.
Just toilet paper, man.
Is it-
Just like toilet paper and for what all that represents.
Does
There's your show idea. Go.
All right.
Do the art pieces have to be on toilet paper?
No, not necessarily.
Let's hope not.
But incorporate some mixed media if you wanted to.
I have done toilet themed paintings before, and it's but like yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I've had some luck with obviously more affordable stuff, but like it's when your cost of living at the minimum is like here, and you're making like this much in like by like selling a lot of little things, obviously it's not adding up,
Right.
so but
A
I
favorite.
don't know. I mean, like I've done my best to kind of create as affordable and humble a living kind of space from the get-go, from the beginning, because I just didn't want to spend stupid amounts of money on like luxury apartments or whatever, or like and so I'm fine, but at least for the time being. But like because of the fact that I just do not see an end to this anytime soon, I don't think any of us, anyone who does see an end to this coming up, is just deluded or lying to themselves.
Well, I
Who
mean,
lives in Georgia?
do you
Yeah.
see a realistic? Because for me, a realistic end to this might be like, or at least a point where things might get back to normal is like maybe June, middle of June. Maybe even end.
I don't think so.
You really don't think
Depends
June?
what you're talking about. You're talking about when people will get back to work, or when people will be,
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, like
or when
we're able to leave our homes a little bit more. Like
it'll happen.
Yeah, I
in
think
stages.
that's maybe realistic.
even though a lot of people are doing that now, which they shouldn't be. But
Sure. Okay.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think controlled, like like social whatever is, it's possible, but like to the point where like people are congregating to events, going to art shows, where like, and the economy is just kind of trucking along again. I just don't think, I think we're going to be like hung up on this for a while.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think it could be. I mean, I don't know about your experience personally, Luke, but in 2008 when the shit hit the fan, sort of with all the housing crisis and all that, it seemed like art toys definitely, and that kind of discretionary spending took a big hit. And this is going to be worse, I think.
You know, though, at the same time, I am optimistic that because this is because this is a a pandemic, not like a banking greed fuck up, like
Okay.
when it comes back.
Yeah, just wait.
What?
Just wait. That part hasn't happened yet.
Right. It's still on its way.
Cheery news
It's
from
on the
Dove.
track. It's but like I want to believe that like we can snap back when a vaccine or a treatment, like is finally like developed and
Well, let's hope
readily,
so.
I'm,
I
I'm
think
hoping at least the treatment. I mean, literally, what they're saying is that what we're really hoping for is that the whole point of all this is to flatten the curve, as to say, and what that really means is that we don't overwhelm our healthcare system. Meaning,
Right.
people will still get sick from the virus. People will still have to go and get treatments in the hospital. They'll have to do whatever they need to do in terms of that. But it won't be an overwhelming experience. It's not going to be like hospitals are, going crazy. You can't get the help that you need. That's what we're really trying to do right now.
That's what happened in Italy. It's like, if you were over 70, they just left you in the gurney just to die, like, because there's no respirator for you, and then the nurse is deciding, well, we'll try and save this one, let this one go, and then people just start dropping because there's what can you do? It's like,
right. So,
Hey, Luke. Luke,
Yes.
sorry, Ben. Are you sort of talking virus stuff, but at least try to incorporate some art into it? Are you thinking about doing, or have you done, like face masks? Is that something you're thinking about doing?
I
with your
have been
art on them?
researching that. Yes, I'm actually researching it.
Okay.
There's I would like to do something that's a little bit more than decorative,
Okay.
that has at least a certain degree of functionality,
Okay.
So I've been like kind of like I don't know. I mean, like I think in order to do it at the in a way where like I can actually like make something back from it, like I'm looking at a lot of like these other like little companies that do the print on demand stuff, but like
Threadless or
right.
yeah, I've actually seen a lot of artists like Alex Pardee, Tara McPherson, Coop. All those guys right now have, a lot of them already have threadless shops.
Mhm.
So a lot of them have threadless added masks.
Yes, yeah.
And all of them are implementing their artwork on these masks. And they look really cool. They're actually, really cool looking, artistic masks.
Actually, I think the masks the masks themselves, like the product, right, that it's being printed to, I think it's pretty basic as far as masks go.
Right. I mean, I saw one that like, it was like a double layers and it had a pocket for like charcoal filters, and stuff like that.
Yep.
I have no idea where you get the charcoal filters from.
They're actually readily available, surprisingly.
Okay.
Yeah, those like thin ones, right, that you insert into the mask. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We lost Dove for a minute.
I see that.
Get him back.
Come on,
Might as
Dove.
well all just go home.
Yeah, it's over. But I think that so I've got like an image. I've got an idea for a mask, and I'm just about I need to implement it. And then like I've also been like for years I've been talking about doing a zine, and now I'm like doing a lot of like drawing at home and sketching, and so I'm just going to like compile a bunch of like quarantine sketches and get that printed up at Staples or Office Depot or
old school, right?
their Office Depot or Staples have really good printers, and they can do the saddle stapling,
Whoa, wow. Okay.
So
I
like,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can like just get it like done up over there and just like give them the files, they'll print it up. It'll probably end up costing, I don't know, a lot considering, and then I'll just like center. That's one of the other ways I've been thinking of, like how to like kind of make things work out for me, is like, make a zine, do a mask, like
Have
sell
you
sketches.
been selling sketches? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I did I did like 5 for Giant Robots Rakugaki show.
Oh, okay, right.
And like the response was really positive, and
Okay.
it was
Good.
fun. It was fun, just kind of drawing and with graphite rather than like doing paintings and stuff. So and so I'm looking at doing zines. I got like like my one of my wall on this side, which you can't see, is like got post-it notes like lined up with like ideas and that I have to wake up to every morning, staring down at me saying, Luke, get off your ass, because I don't know about everybody else, but I'm just so unmotivated,
Yeah.
What would you say to, because you're one of the big popular artists out there. I see Kevin's joining us from Hawaii again.
Yeah.
As one of the bigger artists out there, you've done lots of gallery shows. You've had lots of toy releases. You've been part of lots of group shows. You've done lots of customs. You do a lot in the scene. You talk about, not being motivated. Like, what would you say to a lot of the people out there? How do you get around that? Like, for the artists listening and for the creators listening out there, like, what do you do to combat all that in this time?
Well, apparently nothing.
I take a look at my checking account and I go, shit, I better get to work.
That's true motivation, right?
So, I mean, but you have been doing a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, like, look, I've been like, I feel like I've been like, I have been trugging along for 15 plus years, like with like, and it's just, I'm admittedly am tired, and I'm trying to take advantage of this moment to like decompress, do all the other things that I've been wanting to do. Like, I've got like a backlog of video games that I've been wanting to finish. I've got like a garage full of crap that like, model kits and whatever that I've been wanting to like, to assemble. And so I'm just kind of like doing that while like cataloging ideas, like as ideas come along, I'll start cataloging them. And, so, I mean, like I definitely have like, and then like, when something, seems really smart and doable, at the moment, then I will, get up and do it.
Now, you actually, Luke, for those people that don't know, you actually have another audio podcast with Eric
Nakamura. Yeah, it's recording later on this evening. Robot and the Bear.
Wow.
Yeah. Ben's been on it. Dove's been on it. Jack, we'll have to have you on it.
One of these days, yeah, sure.
But
Kevin will have to have you on it, and so I'm actually recording this evening with Candy Bolton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Who's been on the show before, right? A little while
On
ago.
the show. So like we interviewed Don Data Dub Kratzer.
I saw some of that. That was good.
And he like, we were talking about like, how things are coming along in Asia, and like the conventions there, and like Candy reached out and was like, I do those conventions, and I'm like, awesome. So let's, have you on and let's talk about like like traveling the globe and, to, make ends meet or whatever, or,
Oh, that sounds cool.
Because like I know she hits like, China, Thailand, Japan, and the United States, obviously, so.
How many international?
She has a big Asia circuit.
Oh, sorry, Jack.
That's okay.
I was going to say, how many international shows were you supposed to be part of in these past, like, let's say 60 days that have been affected, and do you remember what those shows are? Do you remember the names?
I know. Well, I had in June I was supposed to have my big solo show with Secret Fresh, and that was like the big show of the year. Is
that the Manila one?
That's the Manila one. And then right after that show, I was going to stick around long enough to do a Manila toy convention, where I was like, we'll keep it here. This is breaking news in that I'm sharing here for the first time. I was actually going to do like a Quicks Megatech, custom.
Oh, nice.
So, but it's not happening.
World shit the bed.
Yeah.
Was that going to be ToyCon PH? Is that what that was, Luke?
I think so. Yeah. So
Okay.
those are like my big two events that would have, pushed me through until my solo show in Los Angeles in March. So
March of next year.
Yeah.
And what about,
is that at Corey Helford?
That's at Corey Helford. Yeah.
Okay.
So
another free suggestion for you, Luke. Something that Shag did at Billy Shire's place, I don't know, like 10 years ago when they first opened. He decided to do a whole bunch of cheaper paintings that were, I think they were like 8x8 or 12x12, 6x6, whatever they were. They were little squares. And he put them all in a bag with a header card.
No.
And they all hung up on the wall. And there was something about it. I can't explain it. Like they were all the same size, and whatever that header card just added to it, if they were $1,000 each, whatever they were, he had 50 of them. It just, boom, everything sold.
Actually, that's one of the things that I am going to be working on. Is I'm probably going to do original drawings as an addition. So it's going to be a very similar drawing. It's kind of inspired by Brandy Milne's sketches that she would do. She would do these really small sketches and have them like irresistibly priced, like at $100 for an original piece by hers, and with little and it's all very similar, but kind of modified so that each one is also unique, and I'll probably just do 100 of them, probably at a similar price point, and just sell them from Instagram,
Bears and cowboy hats.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Or, bears and masks, or whatever. But I don't want to, I think the mask thing is just I think the last thing anyone wants to be reminded of right now is masks. Uh-oh, we lost Jack.
Oh, no. The other thing, which would be fun, especially if you're going to really bring your price point down, is you kind of do like a blind bag. And it will be a blind bag. It will be blind bag. 250 of them. They're $250. There's 50 of them, and you just pay, and then up shows piece of art in a bag, and you pull it out, and it's like,
ta-da!
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
You lost the lottery.
There's no losers.
Just a line that Luke draw.
Yeah, who just got a white piece of paper with a signature on it?
With my name.
The thing is, maybe everyone does get like a pencil or a charcoal sketch, but in there is one finished painting.
Oh, that's
right.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Idea man Dove.
There you go.
Dove was just giving out ideas today.
Yeah.
For free.
Good episode to be on.
Please send your.
I'll gift you. I'll gift you one of the blind bags as a token of my appreciation. So, but yeah, but but at the same time,
you got to do the header card, and it's got to say the toilet paper show across the top, right? 2020 pandemic edition, and then.
Oh gosh.
I'm telling you, it's you're in the
collector's
moment.
item.
Yeah. I wonder how many different toilet paper ideas
how many bears wiping their ass can you have?
Oh my gosh.
Come on. That's tame.
It'll be the the
Like
bear
the
the bear
grass
shit in the
other
woods,
animals?
you know, theme.
It's
you
the
know.
bear shit in the woods. There it is. There's the
There it
theme.
is. That's the name of the series, you know, and like, you know, and each one of I'll have like I'll like pull 3 sheets, little squares of toilet paper, and each one will come with 3 squares of toilet paper,
Wow.
you know. Yeah.
To this day, my favorite commercial ever that I've seen is for this water company where it's like it starts off with a guy standing in a stream, beautiful mountain stream, and they zoom in on him, and he's holding the bottle, and he goes, "Our water is bottled at the source here in the streams of whatever mountain, you know, so on and so forth." And then you just hear just this huge fart in the background, and there's this bear just shitting right in the stream, just like taking a massive dump in the water, because that's what they do. It's their environment. That's you know, their toilet, as to say. And I just thought, oh my God, that's hilarious. You know, we always think of like nature is so clean and perfect, and we just drink the water from the stream.
Nature's filthy, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like the raw, I mean, like, remember the raw water phenomenon?
What is that?
Whoa,
It
what was that?
It was literally that. It was someone like selling raw, unfiltered, you know, like stream water,
It
and
has,
they were
like,
selling it.
bacteria and like organisms in it.
Yes, and they were selling it because, you know, it had probiotic properties, or
Probiotics are important, but I
So-
don't know if I want to drink unfiltered water that just has a
No
bear
thanks.
shit in it.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
and they sold it in these beautiful glass and carafes, you know,
Oh.
and like, you know, it was like, and from my, I remember, like, it was like stupid expensive. They even got featured in like the Daily Show. Like, they sent like Desi, what's her name, you know, the blonde one from the Daily Show, out to,
Desi Lydic, yeah.
yeah, and like she was jumping between the guy who was making, the hippie who was making and selling it, and then, like, you know, someone who was a little bit more like versed in, you know,
Not
a
getting
scientist,
a
you know. Yeah. And so I don't know how well that did, but I'm assuming that business has probably gone under since,
I would imagine.
at least within the past couple months.
after the owner died.
Uh,
Hey, so,
So-
Kevin, can we talk to Kevin for a second?
Kevin, what
What's up?
what
What you
shoe
doing,
store
Kevin?
are you in?
What's
Right?
up with your camera angle?
Why?
What shoe
Your
store?
shoes.
What shoe warehouse are you in right now? Where
Hey, Kevin,
shopping?
how's it going?
Are we all doing the Kevin?
Hey, you can see more shoes on my floor.
Is that the Kevin angle right there?
I mean, sure. I mean, this is
Head, like,
I've been working on my sneaker room. You know,
Nice.
so been doing that. I had a, you know, last time I was in my kitchen.
Still got your
Cheetos.
I want an exciting background, so I'm going to change angles. Give me a sec.
Still got the Cheetos. Yeah. Unfortunately, Janky couldn't make this episode.
Oh, I'm hungry. I got home at 1:58 or something like that. I was dealing with some stuff, and Andrew had to log out of Decon's account. I mean, I logged him out a little early, so he needs to log back in there to post something real quick. And then
So
Camille is doing her live right now. So
Nice.
For the people that don't know, are you talking about Andrew Bell?
yeah,
Andrew Bell was live on DesignerCon. This
yeah, he
week.
was there at noon our time because it's 3:00 in New York, right?
Right.
So he did that. I think Camille Rose Garcia is doing it right now. Then Coin Slot at 4. Actually, Luke will be on next
Friday.
week. Friday.
Yeah.
Friday too.
Nice.
Oh, so what is that? What is that? I don't understand what that is. Like, you meant the live thing, because I've seen like curated DesignerCon like Instagram pages, you know. Oh,
This is going on live right now. So basically, if you guys go to
Cool.
the DesignerCon Instagram,
Right.
we have artists that have agreed to basically show their workplace, show their studios, show their desks, whatever,
Yeah.
kind of give us a quick look at what they're working on. Hey, you have one of them. Look at that. So right now, Kevin's right. Camille Rose Garcia's on the Designer Con one.
Right.
And, some artists, they do raffles. They sell exclusives. They give stuff away for free. Of course, we tell them to promote their online stores, to promote their anything that they might be selling, because we understand that, like you said, Luke, times are a little hard right now for artists.
Right.
Just a little.
Just a little, yeah. And some of these artists really need help in selling their items. So this is our way of helping in a way. So hopefully it works.
Yeah.
But we're doing our own live thing. So let's go back to that.
Yes.
So
Okay.
speaking of products.
Toys?
Well, toys, yeah, specifically toys. Does anyone have anything new that they've gotten this past week that they want to talk about? Or
Funny you should ask. So I might as well share I've got some prototypes that I've got on hand.
Ooh.
This is the next thing that I'm doing with Monkey King. I've worked with Monkey King now for about 12 years, and we're finally doing a monkey themed toy, which is this figure based on a painting I did called Nostalgia, and he's holding I'm changing the angle of this arm, but like he's holding like a banana bar. There's going to be like little banana markings all over the place, like on the mission tag and maybe on the flag and stuff like that. And it's kind of about this like desire for simpler times, but like now that we live in this almost toxic technological world, this is how bananas manifest. And then this is something I was going to actually do for the Philippines. This is just a tiny prototype that we printed up on our end. The actual version of it was supposed to be like a 5 inch to 6 inch in diameter, like heads that like stack, and it's the your sadness makes me happy heads. And it was actually kind of would work as a totem where the heads can continue stacking up, because they're keyed in the but like so I have that. Oh, and here's the helmet for
the monkey,
Space Monkey, and also for everyone who ordered one of these prints, I'm signing them. I promise they'll be returned back soon, but there's still some available at 1X Run. So it's my take on the Hello Kitty design. For those of you who don't know, when I was developing this character, I did a lot of research and on character design, and the one that I gravitated to was Hello Kitty, because Hello Kitty, throughout its 40 some years of existence, has not changed from its inception till now. Meanwhile, like characters like Mickey Mouse and blah blah blah, it's I've said this over before, I think even on your show, so I feel like I'm being repetitive, but like I kind of took some elements from Hello Kitty, turned it into my character, and then I just kind of decided to drive the nail into the coffin and go and turn it into a Hello Kitty inspired thing. And there's going to be a Sofubi, not a soft vinyl, a Sofubi version of this little guy coming out that I'm producing with Flab Slab. But
nice.
Things have been kind of hiccuping all over the world, so production is slow.
Is it actually being made in Japan?
It's being made in Japan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not soft vinyl, Ben.
Not soft vinyl, Sofubi. So I just need to, kick Luke Rook's ass a little bit more and get him back to work on that thing. Come on, Luke. Be a Luke.
Be a Luke.
Luke Rook, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like a long timer in the Western Safubi scene. Like if you know anything about, if you've been following Safubi, you know, for a long time, then you know who Luke Rook is. So, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Jack agrees. Yeah.
I think all of us here know Luke. So yeah,
He's a crazy guy.
He is
Oh, Luke.
he's a crazy.
Oh,
Well, I got a prototype, Ben.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Kevin, I don't know if we're allowed. Oh, God. I don't know if we're
Okay.
really allowed to show that too much.
Too late.
too late.
Clearly.
What's that
Looks
for?
good.
That looks like a hoverboard.
Well, talk about it, Kevin. What is it?
Well, this, we have our 35th anniversary collection coming up for 3D Retro. We have a bunch of artist collaborations and things like that. This is one of them. And, right now, there's no design on it, so no one knows whose is it. And, we're going to reproduce.
You can
the
have a
So are
hoverboard.
those going to be customs, or like you're going to do production editions?
It's a production edition with one artist.
Okay.
So we actually have a painted sample too, but I'm not going to show that.
We can't.
Aw.
Yeah, I can't show that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
want my money back.
Yeah.
But this is actually very heavy. This is actually vinyl with PVC parts.
Oh.
There's going to be, actually, Ben, we forgot, there's actually another piece. Joshua, we lost it at the office. But, so this is actually super heavy. This is like almost 10 pounds, I think.
That thing's not hovering anytime soon.
No.
Right,
No.
but I'm just saying for this is completely made out of vinyl too.
But in terms of the 35th anniversary Back to the Future projects that we have, we actually, Luke, we still have the one that we're working on with you.
Yes, we
got
need to,
approved, didn't it?
we need to work on that. You
Yeah,
know?
Luke.
Didn't the design get approved?
No, the sculpt needed a lot of work, and I was going to could talk about this like later.
Well, not the sculpt. I think in terms
Oh,
of
no, we should talk about it now.
No. The
well,
actual,
Luke is in it.
yeah, the actual design got approved by Universal,
Right.
but we were having problems with the sculpting.
Yeah.
And I think what we want to do is we want to talk to Monkey King about that.
Yeah, because Monkey King has like all the 3Ds of like my characters the way I like them, and it's simply an issue of like manipulating like sculpts and stuff like that to make it, work. And then like I think it's a funny one, so.
I have the original artwork of it, and like
Yep.
as soon as I saw it, I'm like, we need to make that into a toy.
You're fired. You're fired, McFry.
Too much information. But yeah, so that we're working on a whole bunch of stuff like that, and I don't know if you guys watching this, if you guys were watching the DesignerCon account on Monday, where I was on there live, and a lot of people have been asking us, like, is DesignerCon still happening? Are we still doing it? What's going to happen? And short answer is we're still planning on doing the show.
Yay.
I mean, you're planning on doing it until you plan not to.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the best way to
Or
put it.
50 years from now, like
Go ahead.
it's just gonna happen or it's not.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen this year. Just a bunch of artists might have to give up their art careers, and
No pressure, right?
like, but I mean, I think that it's.
Well, we're hoping for the best,
Mhm.
and we're still planning on doing the show until we're not, like as Dove said. And one of the other things that's part of DesignerCon this year is the 35th anniversary Back to the Future tribute art show.
Mm.
So,
Cool.
look for that as well, along with all the toys that we think.
You know what? The one thing that this COVID thing has like forced me to do is, the boba bust that I've done.
Yeah.
I do with Flab Slab. So like people have like, messaged, or commented all over like, social media, like, oh, do a Mandalorian one, man, do a Mandalorian one. And I'm like, there's nothing like boba related to the Mandalorian. But guess what I'm doing?
Mandalorian.
It's going to be called the Mangalorian, and he's going to be holding a mango, colored.
Nice. Okay.
A Mangalore. Is
Well,
there
you put your own spin on it, though.
Yeah, so it'll be like silver and browns, and we're mocking it up right now, but like,
you heard it here first, people.
Tough times forced me to like. I mean, like I always kind of looked at the boba stuff that I've done as just it's a cash cow that like I go up to like once a year and try and like milk a little bit, but like yeah, it's pushed me into a corner where it's like, all right, I'm swallowing my pride and I'm going to give the people what they want. They're going to get the Mandalorian. Colorway.
Just so people.
Does it come with a baby Yoda?
There it is, right there.
No, but like maybe what I could do is we were talking about doing water slide decals over the lids of the drinks, and maybe I could do like a drawing of a like, where is he? There he is behind the black and white on the right hand side, right next to the Blood and Fuzz Dunny. You
guys see that? Okay.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep,
This is
pretty
kind
good,
of
actually.
corner right here.
Yay! I got a corner.
And then I don't know. You guys can see back over here.
Oh,
Right there.
Nice.
I have
nice.
one. That's the print.
The big one I did with Prince on Wood. Yeah.
And right above that
is our.
Which, by the way, if anyone is still interested in that black and gold, it's like what, a jackalope, or what's the name?
Jackalope. It's called Jacked.
Yeah, 3D Retro. We still have a handful of those, and if anybody's still interested, we can sell it to you guys.
Nice. Actually, I don't know whether now how easy it is for me to do the same thing that you did, but I'm going to try. Because I want to share too.
Go ahead. This is the best parts, I think, of the show when you guys get to show your work areas and where you're at. Hey, there's.
I don't have the white one hanging up. I've got the black and gold one because
it's the best one.
It's kind of my favorite one. And then I'm surrounded by garbage too. Because
and by garbage you mean awesome toys.
My awesome toys, I got a bunch of my own stuff and a bunch of the weird Japanese stuff that I'm really into. So
I gotta say, I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but that boba painting, when it was at Corey Helford, I saw it on the wall, and I could have bought it, and I didn't. And so anyone out there who has that original drinking boba painting, if you want to sell it, give me a call.
And here's the room full of stuff that I go to and do my little Scrooge McDuck dive in, and so I didn't really show too much of it because I just it's embarrassing. Yeah, well, you heard it first. You got a painting that you you have one of my original boba painting. Dove is interested.
$25,000.
Who's the buyer?
I have no idea. I do not keep track of that stuff. Like I know the galleries are apprehensive.
The gallery wouldn't tell you if you asked.
They don't tell you?
What?
Not usually.
No, not usually.
But I did ask the gallery, and I forgot. It was gone.
Yeah. So I don't personally ask this because I kind of try and be respectful of the fact that like they don't want me like superseding the gallery, reaching out directly to collectors, so
But collectors can always reach out to you.
exactly, and
Are you doing commissions, Luke, by any chance?
I'm working on some. I'm working on whatchamacallit, the Grief Encounters ones.
Yeah.
I have one more commission that I need to finish for that, and so but like I don't like doing commissions. I don't like having someone try and art direct me.
Makes sense.
Even if they kind of give me a theme to work around, and like it's just tough, for me to
toilet paper.
An open-ended theme is one thing, but like a very specific theme can be really just jarring for me, and like I'll do it and I'll sketch something out, but like I will not be excited about it. Like toilet paper is just like whatever. Like I could think of like at least like 10 different ideas that revolve around toilet paper, like from like wrapping yourself up in toilet paper like a freaking mummy to like there not being toilet paper, and so that's open-ended in my eyes. But like say something like, I don't know, pinball, which is a theme that I've been asked to work on, it's a tough one for me. I can't like I just know it from my experiences. Like if the theme has like open-ended social narratives, I can be able to like manipulate with them. But like
Like someone says, can you paint me something Back to the Future or Star Wars, something like that?
Been done.
those are, I've done one Back to the Future and like at least 2 or 3 Star Wars related things,
So we have the Back to the Future one.
Yeah, and Ben has the Back to the Future, and Dove, you have the first Star Wars one. So
Nice. Was that a commission I asked of you, Luke, or was that part of a show that you did? I don't remember.
Was that a commission?
Right?
I think it was. I think it was it might have been a Dove. No, well, was it a show? I don't remember.
No, I think it was a commission because we went back and forth between ideas, and you're like, "Oh, I have a great idea."
Oh, for the Back to the Future one. Oh, well, that was for you. That was for your show. That was for DesignerCon. Because I think that was the 30th anniversary.
Yes.
Of Back to the Future.
Right. And that was before we got like Universal involved and all that.
Right. There it is. Like the classic, like hand, removed, thing. That's a Star Wars thing. Like every like major Jedi except for freaking Rey apparently loses a hand. That's the reason why the last Star Wars movie just sucks. You
can't win if you don't play.
You gotta lose a hand, Rey. You have to sacrifice something for the Force. So
well,
anyways.
Jack, are you muted? Are you talking? Because we can't hear you.
Yeah, Jack.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, what were you saying?
I was saying if only she had lost a hand, right? The movie would have been much better.
Oh, it would have been like right there. Right there.
If she'd lost her head and feet and legs, man, it would have been a killer movie.
Hand, not head.
So I actually got a new toy.
Yay.
That I wanted to talk about.
Nice.
On the secondary market. This is if you guys know the artist Hebrew Brantley.
Yeah.
He does Flyboy and Flygirl.
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew brand. So this was a bobblehead that, remember when we had basketball season and people would actually go to games? So this was a bobblehead
vaguely
given out during one of the Chicago Bulls games. and because he's a local Chicago guy and he supports, the city a lot. He's done a lot for Chicago, actually.
Wait, so this was given out at a Bulls game?
This was given out at a Bulls game. Like you go to the game and you get,
Oh, cool.
Cool.
and then of course 90% of them ended up on eBay, which is where I got them. So this is
So they were free. They were free with a ticket.
yes.
And then how much was it?
You
On
had to buy a certain ticket, not like free for everybody.
Oh, they didn't give it out to like 20,000 people.
I don't think so. I think it was.
I think they
I
did.
think it was.
I think like if you're one of the the first certain amount of people to walk into the
No,
arena,
there was a specific link for those tickets.
was
They
there?
sold out. Yeah, they sold out.
So Ben, how much was it?
So I ended up buying this one for $40.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
on
that's not
eBay.
bad at all.
That's not 400. I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No. It is so once again, these were like free with your ticket thing, but the quality is just like, I don't know if you guys can like.
It's a bobblehead.
Yeah, it's a bobblehead.
Kind of
Like,
like-
yeah.
Go ahead and say it. It's shit.
It's shitty.
It's
Benny on the back there, Benny the Bull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's their mascot, Benny the Bull. And like if you look at the paint,
the Flyboy helmet.
oh gosh.
Yeah,
I'm just
let's
so,
crank out like 10,000 of those, like in a couple days. Like,
but like look at the. So here's my question to you guys. So David Phillips in the chat says, I went to the game. It was just a regular giveaway at the gates of the United Center. So everybody got one, or at least everyone up to a point. Thank you, David, for clearing that up.
Nice.
$40.
As a giveaway, I mean, I guess it's like cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobblehead. But here's the question for you guys, and kind of just maybe this is more even toward you, Luke. Based on the quality of this, and the other things that are being released by the artist, he's released like large figures, like higher end toys, products that are in the price range of 2 to 3. Do you think that this is something that hurts the artist at the end of the day? Or is this just like, hey, this is something that I'm doing. I got paid to do it. You're getting this for free. So no harm, no foul. What do you guys think about it?
The latter.
but let's
Think
talk
about-
about what's the retail price on a bobblehead.
Retail price on a bobblehead, I think, is anywhere between,
$10?
depending on the size and all that, I would say $15 to $20.
Really? I thought they're like $10.
I mean, back in the day,
Back in the day? Oh, I'm old. Sorry, people.
I'm talking about like, remember when
Remember I was a kid?
remember when
Dude,
Funko
friends.
used to make bobbleheads? Funko used to make bobbleheads. That's what they used to do.
Right. Back then.
Wacky wobblers.
Yeah, wacky wobblers.
Right. Look, I mean, I'm sure it was a big deal for him to get that job. I'm sure he didn't have much say in the production of it. Bobbleheads
Right.
are bobbleheads. I'm sure he was stoked and it was good money for him. But like I said, if it's a $20 toy, it's going to be very different than, a $200 toy or a $2,000 toy.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I agree with Dove. I think that's right.
I
And
don't think anyone's like looking at it and is like thinking that he's Ben. Stop it. I don't know. I can't speak for the artist if he was upset or not, but
I think the thing is also, I was like, we're talking about like, Heber Bradley, like he's like, at a point in his career where he can do those kind of projects and it won't really affect, his reputation. Like if you're still kind of new and you do something, and then like, you get wound up in like a project like that, it, depending how far along you are, it can really affect, your reputation, and it's something, it'll take years for you to kind of like shake it off.
Well,
You
the
know.
other person that just did a bobblehead for a team was Futura. Futura did a bobblehead
right.
And he's new, so I mean, I'm sure it completely fucked his career.
Yeah, completely.
Right. I'm just saying, like, there was a Luke Chew bobblehead at a Laker game, right? And it was of similar quality. It's not going to affect your career at all.
And
In
here's
fact,
here's the
It'll help your
it's gonna
career,
expose
honestly.
20,000 people to who Luke Chew is.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, no matter how bad this is, I still love the fact that I got it. Like, I'm going to put it with my other Hebrew Brantley toys. I'm still going to put, you know, I don't care if it's like a shitty free bobblehead. I still love
$40
it.
bobblehead.
$20 bobblehead. Well, you know, if you went to the game, you got it for free. But in no way.
$400 bobblehead is what you're saying.
Right, exactly. It one day maybe.
No,
But,
how much does it cost to get into a game?
Varies.
I mean, you can get nosebleeds for probably like, what, 30, 40, 50 bucks maybe?
Yeah.
I
40,
mean, depends on
50.
the team
Yeah,
that they're playing too.
of course.
Who did they play against that?
You know, so, but then you also get to go to the game. So, I mean, the giveaways are giveaways. You know, people are supposedly.
Yeah, they're not usually like super high quality.
Right. I just wanted your take on it. Like, in no way do I think this hurts him, honestly. I think for the Chicago fans, it's great, you know, and for people that don't know him, like, you know, it's like it introduces them to his stuff. So, you know, it's, I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on this.
I'm just worried for Futura, you know.
Well, Futura did it for the what is it? The New York
Mets. Mets.
Mets. I'm sorry, the Mets.
It's 1950.
But the quality on that one was actually really good. But they weren't giving it away.
No, it was a product.
It was a product that they were selling for, I believe, $150 to $200.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And by the way, for those of you who are not familiar with Futura, I was joking. Futura is an icon in contemporary art, street art, and even art toys. So I was being sarcastic.
Did you guys see the Modernica collection that was released by him today?
No.
I haven't looked at it, but I saw that happened. Yeah.
It was
Is it
released
cool?
in limited numbers and almost everything sold out.
Poof. Yeah.
$3,200 for a couch. Gone.
Wow.
That couch went first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought about it. But...
Another fun thing I wanted to show you guys that I got. So we talked about the live sessions going on the DesignerCon account. One of the artists that was on there recently was Patrick Ballesteros, which hopefully you guys know about him. But he did a little sketch of, like, he described his process in doing sketches and drawings, and he did this, which I was watching him do live. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible. I need to buy this. So I actually ended up buying this from him. And
What does the shirt say?
Decon 2020.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
that's supposed to be you up there?
I believe that's me. And then I think this is like Nate and Linda, Nate and Linda Panda. And then, I mean, there's a whole bunch of people from, like, artists from the show that he's, like, friends with.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I thought.
So he just drew it for you, basically, and he was just
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, Ben's gonna buy this." I'll
No, he didn't even know that I was watching.
Uh-huh.
And I messaged him and I go, "Are you willing to sell that?" And he goes, "Well, if I'm selling it to you, then yeah, I'll sell it to you." So,
You mean if someone else wanted it, like, he wouldn't sell it to them?
I don't know. Maybe.
You played, you Ben.
Well played.
Bravo. Bravo.
Only sell it to you.
played.
Only you.
Jesus. Damn it.
It's okay, Ben. It's okay. It's okay. You know, artists have all kinds of tricks in their bag.
Damn you artists. Damn you guys.
Never working with your type again.
Well, yeah. So those are some of the things that I got in the mail, and happy to share with you guys. Anything else
Nice.
going on?
Can we talk about like the format of the show here? Do you record these and then post these, or is this just one and done and then this disappears for forever?
No, these are actually they're live
YouTube.
and they're up on YouTube. There's 22 people watching right now. Hey, everyone watching.
But I'm saying, can
then-
people see them afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what YouTube does is that if you're not able to watch this live, it does already record the show, and then it automatically goes on our channel.
Wow.
And we have a playlist on our channel. It's on the, if you go to the Toy Geeks Network channel, the top playlist right now is this one. So you're able to see all the previous live sessions as well as the future ones.
But how does it format it? Because when it's live, I can, it can cut from person to person, or I can see all 5 of you on my screen at once. Like you want
It's all 5. I think.
It's based on how I view it.
Right.
So it's coming from my computer. So usually the way that I show it is I do what's called a grid view, which is all 5 of you on the
Yeah,
screen.
we know what a grid is, Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But let's say
Well, I don't. Can you
this
explain that?
grid?
grid, like squares. But let's
No, no.
say Luke is showing something specifically, like the prototype that he's showing. What I do is I switch to a speaker view,
Mm.
and that way the screen is all him.
Wow.
So you're doing that live,
Yes.
sort of recording it then. So you're doing like a live switch almost.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
And basically,
Good
the
job,
speaker-
Ben. Wow, way to go.
Well, the speaker view does it based on whoever is speaking at the time. So hopefully, when somebody's showing their stuff, Kevin
They're
does
talking.
and then it jumps. It's-
True.
so
Good to
yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. I'm
I rarely talk.
managing the cameras live.
Hey, actually, speaking of live streaming and how things are done, Luke, when you did the podcast with Datadub, what did you guys use for that? Was that Skype?
Nope, we
For
used
the video?
Zoom.
It was
used
Zoom.
Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, but like he's halfway around the world,
Right,
so
right.
it kind of expects some kind of hookups, like like we did one with David Horvath of Ugly Dolls fame, and he's in Texas, and so there's some noticeable hangups with that one
Right.
as well.
I thought the quality was pretty good actually with Datadub. I didn't bother
Oh,
me too
really?
much.
Yeah, actually that's one of the great things, with this format, Ben, is you can reach out to artists all around, the world to, do it, so.
That's actually what we did last week. We usually don't have, we had Eric from the Four Horsemen on last week.
Oh, nice.
He's in New Jersey, so every single time we'd love to have him on the show. The only time we could really ask him is around when he comes to Decon, and then by then he's so tired or busy from the show, we usually can't do it.
Mhm.
Here, we just told him, "Hey, jump on Zoom," and it turned out to be great.
Nice. Yeah. Whoa, what is that?
So are we doing Zoom later too?
So we have a question from the live chat. RTHQ.com, the user says, I've been out of the toy loop for a few years. Can you please fill me in on the brand Fool's Paradise?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hong Kong based brand, right?
they're what?
They're Hong Kong
Hong
based,
Kong?
right?
Yeah, they're Hong Kong based, I think. Yeah.
Jack,
Good, Jack,
Yep.
this is you.
What? Oh, okay.
Good question.
Yeah, Fool's Paradise. They've been around for a while now. I don't know how long exactly, 8 years, something like that. And their main thing now is they do sort of parodies and mashup of pop culture. So they've done like Star Wars. And their thing now is they blend typically 2 brands together. So like they've done a whole bunch of ones that are sort of like Super Mario Brothers, Mario and Peach, and something else like Leon the Professional and Matilda. And they just did a Pulp Fiction one, and they're pretty popular and good at doing that.
They're resin
yeah.
too, right?
Other thing,
They're vinyl. They're
Is-
vinyl.
Um,
They're vinyl now. They used to be resin. In the beginning, they were doing resin primarily, but they've pretty much moved to vinyl.
but these are not action figures. I think the thing that they do that's special is most of their work is either one or two characters, or sometimes it's like a full-on like diorama, kind
Yeah.
of setup. It's not like an action figure in a package. They're pricey.
That's a good point.
They're
Yeah,
usually
they're pricey.
$300-$400 range.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Dub. Like
my
did-
first Fool's
sorry.
Paradise figure. I
You get it
got
from me?
from Kevin.
Oh yeah, you did get it from me. You still have it, don't you?
Kevin,
And there's some pieces that I totally don't understand. It's like Star Wars, Mickey Mouse with a girl with like.
Oh, we have to warn people. Kids cannot look at this. Man.
I do not understand.
Oh,
some-
is this a Keiko? Is that what you have, Luke?
I got the Keikos.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
not
OG
exactly
one.
safe.
When I
Yeah.
used to get him wholesale. Now I can't even get him to reply to me and give me the wholesale list.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the list? He's like, I sent it, boss. Nothing.
3D Retro is getting them wholesale when we're able to actually get them, because sometimes we reach out for the wholesale and by then they're like, sorry, we're sold out already. We've already.
Well, when I joined you, Ben, I brought him over because like he's asking bigger and bigger quantities for wholesale, right? So
yeah, I mean most.
it's like I
Being
can't.
invaded.
Yeah, and then the corner is kind of like no longer really selling that much stuff anymore. So, and then we do our thing, we order and we split, but it's like now he just goes direct and it sells out. So
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of, so the thing about the sellout, them selling out is for these higher priced items, he's basically doing them like made to order essentially editions.
right.
So kind of by definition, they sell out in some sense.
I just
Yeah,
got
and then
mail.
It's weird to do with vinyl because your mold costs up front. Like I could see that with resin, but with vinyl, that seems kind of counterintuitive. Like
Well, it just seems like that's what he's doing, though. I mean, I won't swear to it. He's doing pre-orders, so.
I think with vinyl, what it does is that if you see that the demand is there, then you're pretty much saying like, okay, if I do make this figure, my costs are covered. I don't have to worry about whether this figure is going to sell or not. So I
But
think
he still has an addition on it though.
I don't know.
Doesn't he? He still has an addition on the figures.
He does list that, but I got the impression, I could be wrong, that was sort of like the most he'll make. I might be completely wrong about that. Maybe he really is making like 399 of them all. I don't know.
Luke, are you going to show us something, or what are you doing?
I am. I wanted to
Oh.
share with you. I just got in the mail. This is the best thing that I discovered in my last. I went to like Honolulu, like toy or comic toy aloha whatever thing, like earlier this year, and this is the one thing that I like took away from that, and that is a company called Snack Addicted, and they make this crispy beef jerky, like they're beef chips, and like they have these crazy like flavor, like which one's this one?
Is this called Snack Geeks?
Snack Addicted. No, but like everyone loves snacks, and it's quarantine time, so you gotta snack up.
I thought
Kevin's like, I want it.
allowed to show
This
off.
was the payoff. Like, are you still going to show us a toy? You went in the other room to show us snacks.
I went downstairs because like
Are you
the mailman needed to get into the gate and to drop off this package, and like this is like a Korean barbecue flavored beef chip. Like
What we do, what
thought you
Luke's
went
not
to
telling
the
us is he's being
Paradise
paid
toy
to do
show.
this.
Like,
I know. I thought he went to go get the Paradise toy figure.
And he's like, look.
no, I don't know where that's somewhere like in a box somewhere, and like it's
How rude,
I
Dove.
was
Is it the
really
Winnie the Pooh
saddened
one?
because
I'm
So
rude.
rude, Dove.
Me?
Luke,
Snack
was that the
Addicted.
Winnie the Pooh one
I'll
or
be back. I'm
the?
going to go to the refrigerator and I'll let you know what I'm snacking on. Fuck, dude.
You
Did
know
you get
what?
the Winnie the Pooh one, Luke?
What?
Was it the Winnie the Pooh one?
I got the Winnie the Pooh one from you, and I think I got a Stormtrooper one from you too. You know,
Right.
and then like I got Darth Vader one from either you or directly from them, and I got the R2D2 and the C3PO ones from them, and then after that, and I think I got a Boba Fett one, and after that, I was like, you know what, I'm done. You know,
What's funny about those toys is that it was a mashup of like Disney, Star Wars, and a naked
Yep.
woman like 10
Mhm.
years before there was even a merger.
right.
Right.
At the time, now it has like some meaning. And when I look at them, I was like, I don't understand this. Why is it a Darth Vader bear with Mickey ears and a scantily clad woman?
That's what makes them great, though, Dove.
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
was back. I mean, I remember the first time seeing that, and I was like, "Whoa, wow! I can't believe they went there with this." And like, I was, you know,
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't know if Jack remembers. I think when they first came out, I asked Jack, "Hey, you know that guy?" I think Jack gave me his email, and I reached out, so I got whole
Yeah,
stuff from him.
Alan is the
Yeah,
guy's
Alan.
name.
I
I'm
even
like,
think
"Hey."
like the very first figure they did that I still don't have, and I don't really want anymore, but like was a Murakami-esque kind of design where it was like all just jagged and
Oh
like,
yeah, that was the first one.
yeah, you know.
It's like a little kid, right?
No, it was a
Yeah.
Keiko with like a bunch of
Oh,
like,
the Keiko. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's the very first Keiko was, you know.
But
Okay,
am I
got
correct? Did I get one years ago with like the little Keiko like bear Darth Vader thing like on a cross?
They did
Yes.
one of those too.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, what the fuck does this mean now? Now it's a bear and a scantily clad woman and Disney and Star Wars and some religious iconography. Like,
Yeah, and
Everything
speaking of that,
together.
isn't there one? I forget who's carrying who, but there's one where it's either a stormtrooper carrying Vader or Vader carrying like a dead, I don't know, like a corpse. There's one
The
of those. Two.
Vader carrying a stormtrooper, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. And then
Yeah.
Cos his carrying thing.
No,
What are you saying? Pause copied Fool's Paradise?
I didn't say anything. Will that blow me up? Maybe. Is this gonna go viral? Is
No.
he's talking shit about Cos?
Is there so?
no, I've talked so much shit about Cause on my podcast, and my podcast isn't going anywhere.
It doesn't work.
let's talk about any future releases that might be coming soon for all those people looking to buy something. I mean, Jack, you run Vinyl Pulse. You're kind of on the pulse.
Yeah.
See where you went with that?
I mean, there's constantly new stuff coming out,
What's
right?
some
I
of
mean,
the-
there is, and that's good. You know, one of the things I've been wondering is whether or not some of these companies are going to start paring down the releases once the stuff that they've
I think
already
Jack
had
froze.
in the pipes are
Jack
done just because maybe sales are going to drop off. I don't know. Maybe they're not doing that at all. Did I? Oh.
Yeah,
That was
Jack, you
funny.
kind of
Oh well, sorry.
a little bit.
Right,
But
so sales affecting production and yeah.
I think what's
yeah.
going to happen, there's no shortage of stuff right now because that stuff was planned a year ago. What's going to happen is 6 months from now, we're going to have not a lot of stuff because of, the Wuhan situation and that delay. And then there's going to be a lot of people.
November.
Oh, Ben is trying to see how fucked he is. He's like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And then a year from now, people who are planning stuff now are delaying it several months later. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of lighter releases 6 months to a year from now because of someone not wanting to spend money now. A lot of independent creators who need that money to live instead of taking that money and putting it into a toy release, might pull back just a little bit. So these
Well,
things
6 months from now is Designer Con, so I'm hoping people have something to sell.
there will be plenty at Designer Con. Don't worry.
Yay!
If there is a Designer Con.
If there is a Designer Con.
Yay!
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Well, here's the question, Ben. If they if for some reason Designer Con is canceled for this year, would you move the date up like to like a spring or early summer, for
No.
to
No, we wouldn't move the date. We would just do it the following year, which is what a lot of shows are doing. It's difficult. A lot of shows have their time frame, their like block in the calendar where it's like their audience, people already know this is when the show is, and so on and so forth. So to not do it in that time frame, because there was a lot of speculation that San Diego was going to do that. Like they were going to go and basically be like, oh, we're doing the show in December or something like that.
They did do that for WonderCon. They announced that it would be delayed, and then in the San Diego email they said San Diego's postponed and WonderCon is postponed. They're just taking a vacation.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I think everybody's doing it like a 1 year. I think realistically right now, a lot of people are postponing it to 2021 to their original dates. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Has 5
So-
Points, so 5 Points postponed theirs. Have they officially canceled and punted to 2021? Does anyone know?
I think you should reach out.
Last I heard, that was just postponed.
Okay.
Aren't you
Okay.
News Jack? Come on, reach out.
So
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be the news guy here of all?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Did you
Come on,
see
Jack.
that? I felt bad for them that Miranda
Yeah,
and
post.
Josh posted about how they had COVID-19.
yeah,
Ron English too.
Yeah, they've recovered though.
What?
Ron English had it too.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
What?
yeah, he's
I believe Josh and Miranda both caught it. Yes.
yeah.
Button it up, man.
Yeah, and with that, thanks for joining us, guys.
Sorry. But they're all better
no,
now.
okay.
Come on now.
Well, is there anything else that we should mention or talk about before we go here? We've been
No, we're just gonna go in the corner and cry as soon as we leave.
Oh,
Let's
how
not-
sad.
just wanna go in the corner and
I saw
snack.
Ben today for the first time in a month in person. If we both get COVID after that, then we know whose fault it's.
Kevin,
Oh,
Kevin's fault. It's all Kevin's fault.
It's all Kevin's fault. It's
All-
always Kevin's fault.
Before I saw you, Kevin, I saw George and Jessica, so it's all good. So
Oh, okay.
we're all going under.
Ben the super spreader.
Well,
Yeah.
stay positive.
I mean,
Actually,
we
Luke,
could have all-
before we go, what time is the podcast tonight with Candy?
It is going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, cool.
So, and it will be on the youtube.com/Giant Robot Magazine YouTube page. So please come
Nice.
check in and ask questions. And if Eric likes your question, he'll ask it. And-
Is that a high bar or a low bar?
Well, he doesn't address any just chatter or comments, but he definitely but if he sees something that I think is
What was that?
framed as a question, he'll ask it.
Are you bored, Dove?
Do you want to talk about some giraffe figure by any chance that you have going on there?
no, this is just my daughter's figure. We actually got it on a walk. It's kind of funny. Like we go for a walk in the neighborhood and someone started putting toys out, little McDonald's toys or little kids' toys.
And you take them?
Yeah, but then we put a few down. And so the collection just kind of changes. Like when I walk by,
Oh.
I leave, 3 or 4 toys and then she takes one. And then the next time I leave another 3 or 4.
It's like a toy lending library kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that library thing.
And it's funny because what I had here at home was a bunch of those no-frin little wood
Oh yeah.
jibby butts. And I had maybe 8 of them, and the kids, they're all scratched up, whatever. So I just brought the bag on the walk and I put them all out, and then I went for a walk 2 days later. They were all fucking gone.
Yeah, because those are awesome.
And they didn't replace it with anything.
Oh,
How do you know the city just didn't come out and throw them all away?
That's what I was wondering.
It's on this little side, road sitting on a fence, and you can see because there's a little Pocahontas there and a little little like toy car, and they're all dusty and dirt and whatever. You could tell someone just boom, just snap that shit up.
Moral of the story is, if you want some free toys, go to Dove's neighborhood.
Yeah. So then my
All right,
daughter.
guys, well,
this
I
little-
think we're gonna end it.
I'm
You know,
hungry.
I think we should thank you everyone who is watching, who was watching. We actually still have 18 people watching us right now.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm gonna go skate. I'm gonna go skate outside.
I don't think I've ever heard Dove do a voice before. That was
He always does voices.
really.
Hey, Kevin,
What?
is that hoverboard? That's not intended. It's going to be in vinyl. It's not intended to be a skate deck, right? It's just going to be like a wall piece or something.
Correct.
That's
Okay.
a collectible.
Hoverboard, Jack. It's not a skateboard.
Sorry.
But we are
Maybe a
making skateboard.
Oh, really? Based on
making-
the hoverboard design, like the graphics.
No, making DeLorean skateboards.
Oh.
Based on
Ben's
DeLorean.
like, we're really not supposed to be talking about all this.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, man.
You know about the fact that
You know what? Like
all
20
the
people
secrets-
here listening in.
Secrets.
You know.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just trying to hype it up. That's what I do.
A couple, yeah. You know, you got to get the hype machine rolling early.
You know,
That's
this-
like
this is
yeah.
what I do.
Hype.
This is
Yeah.
what I do,
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching us. Please make sure to subscribe. Watch our Instagram, which is Toy Geeks BTC. Hopefully we'll be back next week with more guests. And
Or we'll all be dead.
no,
Wow.
no, Dove, no.
Happy,
I don't
joy.
I don't know. The chances
Happy
are pretty
Earth Day, guys.
slim.
Look,
We can hope. We can hope.
Hey, you
We
guys
can
have
hope.
Florida, if you want, Florida's beaches are open. If you want to go hang out with those people,
Nice.
They stupid?
yeah.
Jacksonville,
Yeah.
right?
I
Not
don't-
only that, they opened the beaches for like spring break. They refused to shut them down, and all of those people after spring break went all back to the Midwest. It's fucking terrible.
Amazing.
Fucking Florida, dude.
Idiocracy.
I'm
At
sorry
its
if
best.
you're watching this and you're in Florida. We love you, but Florida, what's going on?
I only love some of you.
I only love some of
Anyways,
you.
As I said, thank you for joining us, and subscribe, like, and if you would like us to talk about anything on the next episode, please leave it in the comments. We do check those out, and we will see you guys next week, right?
At 2 p.m. next Wednesday.
Bye bye.
I cannot wait for that monkey.
Yeah, when is that coming, Luke?
Well, this is the 3D print. So
Okay.
like
Wow.
it still has some it still has a lot of things that needs to like, well, not a lot, but has a couple things that need to be tweaked, but like it's ready to go to, it's almost ready to go to the factory.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
So
All right, guys. Thanks again. We will
Yeah.
see you later.
bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.